of their rivals. And didn't it show up in practice? For the fastest 6 cars on the starting grid are turbocharged, with the 1980 South African Grand Prix winner, Frenchman René Arnoux, in pole position in his Renault, ahead of world champion Nelson Piquet in his new Brabham BMW. Third fastest, Gilles Villeneuve's new Ferrari, with Riccardo Patrese fourth, making his first race appearance as a Brabham driver. Fifth, it's Alain Prost Renault, with Didier Pironi's Ferrari sixth. And then the non-turbos, headed by Keke Rosberg's Williams seventh, and teammate Carlos Reutemann eighth. Derek Warwick's a superb 14th in the Tolman Turbo, with Nigel Mansell a lowly 18th in the JPS 87, and Derek Daly 24th in the Theodore. So it looks like a certain turbo car win here at Kyalami, but 77 laps of the 2.6-mile circuit in today's heat is a long, taxing way to go.
Well, with the rather unfortunate political dramas and aggravations now out of the way, thank goodness, or certainly out of the way for the moment, we finally got a race. But of course, this is going to demonstrate a total superiority of the turbos that we won't see later in the year when we go away from the altitude of Kyalami racetrack, where the turbos enjoy a big advantage because they can run their engines by pumping the thin air from 6,000 feet in at normal sea level pressure, therefore running at about 500 horsepower, whereas the normally aspirated cars huff and puff away to get only about 400 horsepower because they're 20% down, bearing in mind that there's 20% less air here for them to breathe. However, it looks, because of sea level testing in the winter, as if turbo is going to be the way to go this year. The turbos were quicker at sea level as well, around a fairly twisty track, and the big question is going to be their reliability. It's very hot here today. Turbos don't like it too hot, as do no racing cars, but they're particularly sensitive about it. So we just have to hope that we get a race of a reasonable pattern, some fun and games.
Arnoux in the turbocharged Renault. In second position, Nelson Piquet in the Brabham BMW. Third, Gilles Villeneuve in the Ferrari. In fourth position, Riccardo Patrese in the Brabham BMW. Fifth fastest, Alain Prost in the turbocharged Renault. Sixth fastest, Didier Pironi in the Ferrari. Then the two Williams cars, seventh and eighth, Keke Rosberg and Carlos Reutemann. Ninth and tenth, John Watson, and a brilliant performance by Michele Alboreto in the Tyrrell. And completing the round dozen, the top 6 rows, 11th fastest, Jacques Lafitte in the Talbot, and Eliseo Salazar. That is René Arnoux in pole position. The engine wheels rising, there's an enormous amount of horsepower down on the grid, the weather conditions are perfect, the course is dry, the temperature is hot, ideal racing conditions, although there are some dull clouds overhead. Nelson Piquet is alongside René Arnoux, then Villeneuve and Patrese. There you see the red light, and it is starting at the back, and it's go. Arnoux and Prost get away down to Crowthorne Corner, the right-hander. This is the longest straight in Grand Prix racing. From there, they go down into Barbecue Bend, up into fifth gear, into the Yuke sweep, the left-hander, and you can see the lead now that the two cars in front have got.
Yes, well, the Renault's got their turbochargers working. They've been able to start well last year, but the two Brabhams seem to have a terrible struggle getting off the line. However, I don't think that's going to be a big problem. They've got so much power here. Overtaking shouldn't be a problem, but of course it can match up a straight line. But it was interesting to see that the Brabham turbo was obviously difficult to get going with the throttle lag that turbos have. And so now they've got a little bit of work to do. Piquet will have to make his way up.
And into the Armco, in fact, into the catch fencing on the very first lap. That's Jean-Pierre Jarier, who is the slowest man to qualify in the Osella. He is obviously perfectly all right. And meantime, bursting out of West Bank and in across the line go the leaders. And it is René Arnoux in the Renault, leading Alain Prost in second position. Well up are the two Ferraris of Gilles Villeneuve and Didier Pironi. And you can see the gap now that the four turbos, there is the first and the second of the two Brabhams. So it is two Renaults leading And in 5th and 6th position, the Brabham BMW turbos of world champion Nelson Piquet and his teammate Riccardo Patrese.
Yes, and Keke Rosberg is well up there. He's made a fantastic start. I think he's lying in 5th place behind the two Ferraris. He qualified extremely well. He's done, as expected, very well. He was quicker than Reutemann, which comes not a big surprise, although Reutemann went a lot better than him on race trim this morning in the warm-up. But Rosberg has obviously put that behind him and has made an absolutely stalling start. But I have to say, I think he'll be pushed to hold on against this huge power advantage. I think the Cosworth powered cars are running not much more than 400 horsepower at this altitude, while the turbos are running around about 550, so it's a huge thing. Two Ferraris come under the bridge in turn 4. Rosberg still hanging on, I think, in 5th place.
Well, totally predictably, the turbos dominating the race already. Indeed, Adrian Reynard in the March team has worked out that he expects his cars to be lapped by the leading turbo after about 12 laps, and they will probably be lapped 5 or 6 times during the race itself. Villeneuve and Pironi there, and this is the first time you've seen these new turbocharged Ferraris in a race, because they are quite different cars from the one which drove in 1981. Looking to me as though they're closing up just a little on the two flying Renaults in front of René Arnoux leading on lap 2 out of 77 as we look at them now, the leader. There is Arnoux, behind him maintaining team station Alain Prost, and the Renault 2 has been significantly improved since last year. That is 3 laps completed. Villeneuve is still 3rd and Pironi is still 4th. Now a developing gap, and it is Keke Rosberg who goes through next. And on lap 4 then, Keke Rosberg is well up in 7th position as the leaders go round Crowthorne there in the Brabham. And here is race leader René Arnoux.